right, so all of the stuff that Boston Celtics fans have said about Romeo Langford prior to the San Antonio Spurs grabbing him, I'm starting to see it.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
Romeo is the ideal, and I mean ideal, role player for a team. I mean, he is so good as far as just being a cutter, defensive switchability. He's pretty reliable, especially when you put him in the right positions. I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing from him. And as far as the lack of hustle that I was afraid of prior to the Spurs officially getting him, I haven't seen a lot of that, especially this season. So let's talk about Romeo Langford. Now, before we do, really quick, if you guys want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com. Why am I on this? Why don't I just go on the homepage? Clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description. And by the way, if you guys want to do a custom order, like your boy Jarvis here, all you have to do is just send me an email. And if you're wondering what a custom order is, if you want a specific type of shirt, if you want a different size, like you need one that's slightly bigger or whatnot, just send me an email. We'll figure it out. Because as it stands right now, there's only so many that I'm doing, but I do not mind doing custom orders. You have to wait a while, I'll be honest, because I'll have to order this. Yeah, we'll talk in the email. But if you guys want to support, please do. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this. So I came across this article. Yeah, this is considered an article, right? And this is basically talking about Romeo Langford from Greg Popovich's perspective. So let's go ahead and see what Popovich had to say about Langford. So if we read through here, former Boston Celtics shooting guard Romeo Langford has been having a bit of a breakout with his new team of late. And the Celtics Wire caught up with his new coach at the Mexico City games this past weekend, Greg Popovich. Langford, who has been putting up 10 points, 4.2 points and 1.2 assists per contest over. Am I missing something? What am I missing here? Do they mean what is, I have no idea. I don't. Okay, maybe I'm just reading it wrong. I don't know. Has begun to find his way on the court with San Antonio per Popovich. So here we go. He's been doing very well, suggested the Spurs head coach. We brought him in as part of the trade that sent Derek White to Boston, and we didn't really know much about him, only that he was injured quite a bit. Injuries just kept him back. He's a young man on a young team, one of our better defenders, probably one of our top 3 defenders. Who is he talking about? Who's the top 3? I mean, he said top 3. I mean, I would definitely say Jeremy Sohan, right? Would we go with Devin Vassell or would we go with Trey Jones at 2? Am I missing some? Who would we go with? I don't know. That's probably Jakob. I'm gonna go with Jeremy Sohan, Jakob, and then Langford. I think that maybe that's what he means. He's trying to find a niche on the team. He'll carve out an NBA career for himself, so he's done a good job. And that's the thing, man. I absolutely love the fact that he can fit in, because a lot of Celtics fans basically said, you guys are getting a potential star. And I went back and I remember when they were saying that, because there was quite a few people in our comments on the channel saying, hey man, he's legit, he's gonna be so good. And I went back and I looked at some highlights of him, some breakdowns of him, and I just didn't necessarily see it. And I saw a little bit of lack of effort, and then he had all those injuries, and I'm sure that played a part of it as well. And I was just like, I don't know, man. I see the defense, but that's about it. But now that I'm seeing a larger sample size of Romeo Langford from game to game, he's still kind of here and there as far as like his injury status. But overall, man, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. He's not necessarily a player that has to put up points. He's very similar to Jeremy Sohan in that regards, that statistically he might not really wow you as far as points, but you're seeing the pressure that he puts on defenses. He's making the right cuts, he's making the right reads, he's playing just good basketball. I remember Popovich a few weeks ago talked about Trey Jones, and he was bringing up how Trey Jones plays winning basketball, and that's what I see from Romeo Langford. I actually see that from a lot of the players, Sohan is specifically, but Sohan, Trey Jones, Romeo Langford, all these guys, they play winning basketball, while Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson still trying to make their way or find their way, and they're just out there trying to hoop, just trying to, you know, win the game for our team, and they make the right reads as well. But when we look at like the guys that's more of the role players that we don't expect a ton from right now, these guys are playing winning basketball. And as I said in another video, and I've said this throughout the season as well, every player on this team could basically fit in almost any system in the NBA. And I think that speaks volumes of the type of players that Brian Wright brought in to prepare us for a potential superstar in this upcoming draft, because you want guys that basically good at everything, or you want every position. You want at least some guy that's great at shooting, another guy that's really good at defense. So when it really comes down to it and you finally get your superstar, you can start making some decisions like, okay, you play better with this player and maybe we can let this guy go. You know, well, this player, he lacks a little bit of defense, so we need to emphasize that, so maybe we'll keep a Romeo Langford. But as it stands right now, I think everyone on this team fits perfectly with each other because it's high basketball IQ. Everyone's playing together, playing for each other, playing winning basketball. I want us to lose, but they are playing winning basketball. So I just wanted to give some praise to Romeo Langford, man. This is pretty cool, pretty nice. And the fact that Popovich he's been praising them since, you know, beginning of the season. It's pretty good, man. It's nice to see. But anyways, I'll get with you guys later. If you want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description, or become a patron, a YouTube member, only $2 per month. Until next time, bye.